In Italy, the birthplace of Ferrari, there have been massive floods that are being described as the worst flooding in the last 100 years. And as time goes by, the death toll just keeps on increasing. Now the good news from Formula One is that they're going to donate 1 million euros to support the communities through these difficult times. We'll get into more detail on that in a second. As always, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe for content about Formula One. In a generous move, Formula One made an immediate donation of 1 million euros to the Emilia-Romagna Regions Agency for territorial safety and civil protection. The situation. But let's take a look at what's really happening in Italy. It looks like they've found themselves in the grips of a truly historic event here. The country is battling the worst flooding it has seen in a century. The rain came crashing down relentlessly, turning streets into rivers and cozy homes into waterlogged traps. It was a race against time, with heroes coming to rescue those in distress. A group of passionate rescuers is working tirelessly through the nights. Their mission is to save the souls caught in this watery nightmare. The Emilia-Romagna region. Now the Emilia-Romagna region has become the battleground for this calamity. So far, 13 lives have been lost. Let that number sink in for a moment. And it doesn't stop there. The floods have left 20,000 people homeless. Imagine the mayhem brought about by 280 landslides, ripping through 41 cities and towns, and 23 rivers bursting their banks. Stefano Bonaccini, the president of Emilia-Romagna, compared the recent floods to the earthquake that hit the region back in 2012. Now the good news is that the damage from the floods won't be as severe as the earthquake, but there will be at least a few billion euros worth of devastation. However, the floods have destroyed homes and businesses, as well as submerged over 5,000 farms, according to Coldiretti, the largest agricultural association in Italy. It's a real mess out there. Roads, once busy with life, are now filled with water. Forget about racing. These people have nowhere to go. Even the A1 had no chance against a landslide in Sasso Marconi, leaving its lanes blocked. The trains, too, were caught in the chaos, with cancellations and disruptions causing further headaches. Tragically, an elderly couple trapped inside their home in Cava cried out for help, but the raging floodwaters were unrelenting. Their neighbors, determined to assist, fought against the odds, but their efforts were in vain. It's moments like these that make you question the unfairness of it all, doesn't it? Could all these intense weather events be a consequence of the climate crisis? Pierluigi Randi believes so, and he's got a point. Italy experienced a scorching year in 2022, with 310 extreme weather incidents recorded. Sadly, it led to the loss of 29 lives. Last September, floods in Marche claimed 13 lives, and in late November, a landslide on the island of Ischia took 12 lives, including children. It's heartbreaking, isn't it? Luca Mercalli, the president of the Italian Meteorological Society, found it mind-boggling that 2 major flood events occurred within just 15 days in the same region. It's like breaking not just one, but 2 records back-to-back. In the midst of this watery chaos, an 80-year-old man lost his life, tragically drowning in his own cellar while trying to find his stuff. Soro Manuzzi and Marinella Moraldi, a couple who cultivated herbs for a living, found themselves in the way of the merciless floods. The waves claimed Marinella's life, carrying her body for 12 miles down a river before depositing it on a distant beach along the Adriatic coast. That's devastating. And the casualties kept mounting. A 76-year-old man caught in a landslide while taking care of his garden paid the ultimate price. A 43-year-old man met his untimely end after falling into a well while desperately trying to pump water away from his property. Lives were cut short, dreams shattered, and families were left to mourn. But during these dark times, there are rays of hope. Firefighters and brave rescuers carried out over 2,000 operations. Helicopters swooped in to save those seeking refuge on rooftops. Families, united by love and sheer determination, hold on to each other, waiting to be saved from the clutches of despair. Volunteers working tirelessly carry the elderly and disabled in their arms, ferreting them to safety. Formula One's gesture. Unfortunately, The Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix weekend at Imola has been canceled. Yeah, I know, it's a bummer. But hey, let's take a moment to remember that Formula One isn't all about fancy podium celebrations and spraying champagne all over the place. These guys have big hearts too. In the midst of this disappointing news, Formula One is stepping up and showing compassion. They're sending their thoughts and prayers to the people and communities that have been hit hard by the recent flooding. It's like they're making a pit stop for kindness, and I have to say, it's pretty awesome to see. Now Stefano Domenicali, the president and CEO of Formula One, is a true hometown hero. He was born and raised in the beautiful lands of Emilia-Romagna, so you can bet this cancellation hits close to home for him. He's not just acknowledging the terrible situation the region is facing. He's also putting his faith in the resilience and passion of the people there. You know, it's times like these that really make you reflect on the power of sports. They have this unique ability to bring people together and unite them in moments of triumph and adversity. And when Formula One takes a pause from the racetrack to focus on supporting those in need, it shows that there's so much more to this sport than meets the eye. Now, we don't know about you, but we find it fascinating to see how sports can transcend their competitive nature and become a force for good. It's important to remember that behind the glamour and excitement of Formula One, there are real people, real communities, and real stories. The cancellation of the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix is a reminder of the fragility of our world and the challenges we face. But it also reminds us that even in the face of adversity, there are always opportunities to come together and make a difference. The resilience of Emilia-Romagna. The people of Emilia-Romagna share the same spirit. Picture an army of strong men and women, armed not with race cars, but with unwavering unity and the will to rebuild. They refuse to let their spirits sink along with the floodwaters. Instead, they rise, embracing each other with open arms. Among the debris and chaos, stories of incredible bravery and kindness are coming up. Imagine a small community coming together to clear the muddy streets, cracking jokes, and sharing laughter as they rebuild their beloved hometown. One courageous soul even dressed up as a superhero, donning a cape, and entertained the children affected by the floods. It's moments like these that remind us that even in the darkest times, a little humor and a touch of imagination can work wonders. So, as Formula One extends its helping hand to the people of Emilia-Romagna, let's join forces and support their journey toward rebuilding. Let's celebrate their unwavering spirit, their ability to find strength amidst the chaos, and their determination to create a future that surpasses even their glorious past. And let's take a moment to appreciate the emergency services for their incredible work. They've been out there, boots on the ground, doing their thing to help those in need. In the world of Formula One, it's not always about crossing the finish line first. It's about showing compassion, lending a hand, and making a difference. And with their generous donation, Formula One is doing just that. So what are your thoughts on this generous impact of Formula One? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe for more Formula One content.